Star Wars Revenge of the Sith has been re-released in theaters to celebrate its 20th anniversary, and as someone who is not the biggest Star Wars fan, how does it hold up? Let's talk about it. I can't really pinpoint why I don't really love the Star Wars universe. I'm a very casual fan. I've never watched any of the shows except for a bit of The Mandalorian. I don't frequently rewatch the movies by any means. I think I've only seen the original trilogy one time in my life. But I wanted to go see one in theaters. I had seen The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in theaters, but none of the prequels originally. So when I saw that it was getting re-released, I was like, let's do it. And I rewatched The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones to really refresh my mind and go into this one remembering where it takes place, all that good stuff. Really, to quickly talk about my theatrical experience of watching it, I have to say that the theater I was in was very dull. I did not have what seemed to be diehard fans. By that I mean we didn't have round of applause at any point. We didn't have people saying, "Hello there."
Hello there.
Quoting any of the lines, any of that stuff, and so I was kind of disappointed in that regard. When I go to these re-releases, I really want it to feel like this experience that is unforgettable, like what I had with Interstellar, where it was just so emotional. You could tell that everyone was so invested. There was not a single empty seat in the house. It might have been just the fact that I saw it not at a later showing. I don't know. To me, what stands out about this movie is the third act. It's epic. Seeing the build-up of Anakin turning to the dark side throughout these three movies has probably been the highlight throughout. Obviously, I knew where it was going. I'd seen it before, and many of us have watched these movies plenty of times. But I think that the movie just does a really good job at setting up the character of Anakin and seeing his downfall. And on that point, I think Christensen gives the best performance of the two movies that he was in. In Attack of the Clones, he was particularly wooden and delivering the lines very poorly. And it's hard because I have seen really good performances from him. If you haven't seen Shattered Glass, it's a really underrated journalism drama that I would highly recommend seeking out, especially even just to see a great performance from Hayden. When it comes down to it, I think that it's Lucas's direction that wasn't the best for delivering these memorable performances. Memorable in the good way. They're really memorable because you can just laugh at them, and they don't really sell you on any human emotion. There's other factors that contribute to it, like the iffy relationship between Padme and Anakin really just goes down to the two actors don't have the greatest chemistry. I think that by the end of Revenge of the Sith, though, I started to warm up to their relationship a little bit more, and I think that their performances from both Portman and Christensen do sell you on the fact that seeing this relationship break apart. And not only is Christensen better, I think that Ewan McGregor, he was, not gonna lie, he was pretty wooden as well in those first two movies. I was not sold on his performance. I don't know what was the big change from those movies to this one. I was not there. Did it have to do with Lucas's direction with the actors? Did it have to do with the actors not really connecting with the movies? I don't know. Whatever it was, though, I was sold on each and everyone's performance in this movie finally, and it really just felt good because I wasn't vibing with it before, and I wanted to. I really want to like the Star Wars movies more than I end up doing. I feel like I'm probably not giving enough credit to the originals. I haven't seen them in probably 10 years. Those movies definitely deserve a rewatch. With their relationship, though, I still find it to be very melodramatic, and it almost just feels like a soap opera at times. You felt that especially in Attack of the Clones. A little bit less here, but it's still there. Because this movie is darker, I think that kind of overshadows the fact that the romance feels melodramatic. It's a darker movie because you're seeing a character literally turn to the dark side and seeing the downfall. Other people in his life had something to do with the influence there. I thought the visual effects were honestly pretty great. In The Phantom Menace especially, you can tell how dated they are. Attack of the Clones, it got better. And in Revenge of the Sith, they still really do hold up, especially Yoda, who I think he just looks fantastic. What I will say about this original trilogy is that one of the key things why I don't find the story to be overly riveting is that I'm just not crazy about the politics in the world of Star Wars. I didn't find it to be compelling. I don't really care about all the ins and outs of it. I know there are some that find that to be maybe the best part about these movies, but I definitely fall onto the side that I just don't really care, and that's what kind of makes the experience of rewatching them not the greatest, because I'm always finding that the movie gets bogged down by this amounts of exposition dumps. The score is legendary, though. I mean, John Williams, he's firing on all cylinders, especially in the battle on Mustafar. The score feels really emotional, and intense, and it just really helps contribute to this memorable battle at the end of the movie. But then it doesn't wrap up as well as I would like it to. I think that the battle is great and all that good stuff, but then it tries so hard to wrap everything up nicely. Obviously, going into the fourth movie that came before this one, there are multiple endings, and to me, I wasn't crazy about it. I can understand why Lucas felt that it was entirely necessary, I guess. But it's like, oh, here's where it ends. Nope, here's where it ends. Nope, here's where it ends. Nope, and it just keeps going probably 5, 6, 7 times. And also, I find the death of Padme to be ridiculous. The fact that there is no real explanation to why she dies except for just being, like, sad. The robot specifically says that there were no complications with the birth. I don't really know. And speaking of that, there are so many lines that you can just laugh along with. Yes, they are memorable, they're meme-worthy now, but just throughout these movies, the dialogue has been especially subpar. Some lines are ridiculous, other lines are passable. The key thing is that they just don't feel like something that a human would say. I know this is a fantastical world or whatever, but it just feels so silly to me. So while I can't say that this is a movie that I love and one that I want to continue to revisit for the years to come, I'm not opposed to watching it if an experience like this comes up where you get to see it in a theater and have this experience with friends. I don't hate my time with the prequel trilogy. I know some despise it, some love it. I'm like somewhere in the middle. I think they're good at best. I just don't particularly care for them all too much. In terms of how Revenge of the Sith holds up, I think that'll all depend on whether you grew up watching this movie. If that's the case, you probably will still find yourself loving it even with its flaws. If you're someone like me that has probably seen this movie, I don't know, twice now, you will probably just find it to be like a decent, fun time like me. Or the other end of it, you could just find it to be ridiculous and you just still don't connect with it, and I can understand that. I think there's definitely just that large scale of it, like the case with most movies. I'm gonna give Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith a C+. I think if you are a diehard fan, you're already going to see this movie in theaters. If you're on the fence about it, I don't think it's a waste of time or money, but at the same time, when it's just a decent movie for a casual fan like me, you might as well just watch it at home. I know that you might not agree with my take on this movie, but be sure to let me know your thoughts on the movie down below in the comments. Do you love this trilogy? Do you hate this trilogy? Anything and everything, let me know your thoughts on Revenge of the Sith. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.